Good morning and welcome. Today's practice is a slower flow mixed with moments of stillness designed to help you reconnect with yourself before meeting the challenges of the day. You won't need anything, but may want to have a yoga block or a thick book for extra support nearby. Now, take a moment to get what you need and let us begin. Begin in a cross-legged seated position on the mat, beginning by bringing your hands to your heart, closing the eyes, and just connecting to your heartbeat. Feeling the beat, feeling the rhythm. Just taking a moment to arrive on your mat, setting an intention for the practice, even an intention for the day. Taking a moment of stillness, asking yourself what you want today to look like, how you want to feel, how you want to show up. And listening to yourself, listening to your body, to your mind. Taking one more deep cleansing breath here. And then bringing your hands to your knees and starting to take circles with the torso. It's going to one side or the other. You can take this movement as big or as small as your body is asking for. It's practicing asking your body and then listening. On your next exhale, switch directions. Warming up through the hips, through the spine. And taking one more breath here. And coming back to center, bringing your right ear to your right shoulder, feeling a neck stretch through the left side. Every exhale, releasing a little bit further, releasing any tension, any stress. Taking one more breath and then coming to the other side, left ear to left shoulder. Now opening through the right side of the neck. Taking one more breath here. Coming back to center, bringing the right hand behind you. Left hand comes to right knee. Inhale, lengthening through the spine, and exhaling, taking a twist. Option to look over that right shoulder and increase the twist, but just going as far as your body needs. Not pushing it too hard, especially as we begin this morning. Taking one more breath here, and on your exhale, coming back to center and coming to the other side. This time, bringing your left hand behind you and right hand to left knee and taking the same twist. On your next exhale, releasing the twist and coming into a hands and knees position. And here taking some intuitive movement through the spine. This can be cat-cow poses, maybe stretching left to right, maybe taking circles with the spine. Whatever feels best to you in your body. Just taking a few breaths here. Warming up through the spine. Taking one more breath here, and then coming back into child's pose, knees slightly apart, just reaching the hands out forward, feeling the release of the lower back, and bringing your attention to your breath. Feeling the inhale, the exhale, the rise and fall of the chest. I'd like to offer up a mantra for today, or a intention, and that is that you are exactly where you need to be. Even if your situation right now is less than ideal, you are exactly where you need to be. On your next exhale, coming back up into hands and knees, tucking the toes and lifting up into downward facing dog. Taking a moment to take any movement that feels good on your body here, settling into the pose. On your next exhale, arching through the spine and rolling forward into plank position, and then leading with the hips back into downward facing dog, taking a couple of spinal rolls here, plank position, downward facing dog, back to plank position, and taking knees, chest, chin, sliding forward into a cobra pose, and then back into downward facing dog. Just taking a breath here, and then looking between the hands and hopping or stepping to the front of the mat in a forward fold. Just releasing and rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, arms reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart. Bring your hands to your heart, just connecting with yourself once more. Feeling how the body feels now after we've warmed up a little bit. Maybe your heart rate is a little bit faster, feeling a little bit warmer. One more breath, and on your inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping the right leg back, stepping back into a low lunge. Taking a breath here. On your next exhale, stepping back into plank position, taking knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Taking a breath, then stepping the same foot, the right foot forward, and lowering the left knee into another low lunge. On your exhale, coming back into lunge, stepping forward into forward fold. Rolling up into standing position, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Now stepping your right foot back into a warrior two position. Right foot is perpendicular to the left. Make sure that you can see your left big toe, and bringing the arms to a T, looking over the left arm. Feeling the strength of the pose. On your next exhale, you might want to bring your block or book nearby, and shifting into that left thigh, bringing the left hand to the block, or staying in the air, coming into a half moon position, keeping the hips open. Arms are stacked. If you would like more of a balance challenge, you can bring the gaze up to the right hand, or keep it to the floor if that serves you. Now bringing the right foot back to the ground, warrior two, and stepping back to the front of the mat. Inhale, arms reaching up. Exhale, inhale, arms up once more. Exhale, hands to heart. Stepping your left foot back this time into warrior two. Keeping the core strong, feeling the strength in the legs and the core. And then coming into half moon again, bringing the weight into the right leg. Right hand comes to a block or towards the ground, but not all the way there, floating above. And left hand reaching up. It's okay if you fall out of it like I have, just coming back in, trying again. And just breathing into it, finding stillness, even in challenging poses such as this one. And releasing back into warrior two, scoring out the hips and stepping towards the front of the mat. Inhale, arms reaching up to the sky. Exhale, forward folds. And just releasing here. Feeling the decompression of the spine, maybe grabbing opposite shoulders or opposite elbows and swaying back to back, maybe nodding your head, yes, shaking it, no. Maybe bringing your hands to the mat or under your feet, extending a little farther through the hamstrings, feeling the stretch, just making sure that you're bending from the hips, protecting the lower back. You can even grab behind your knees into a hug. Whatever feels right to you, again, just listening to your body. On your next exhale, stepping your feet out to mat width distance apart, pointing the toes slightly outward and sinking the sacrum down into Malasana pose. If it feels right for you, you can press your elbows to the knees, bringing your hands to heart center. If you need it to be a little bit easier, you can put something underneath your heels, maybe rolling up your mat or putting a block underneath your sacrum. On your next exhale, releasing and stepping back into plank position, taking a flow, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a breath here and then stepping your right foot to the top of the mat, to the outside of your right hand, letting the knee fall towards the pinky edge. You can keep the knee up or place it down, an option to come to your elbows if that serves you. Whatever form of this pose is best to you and your body. You can even bring some movement into the pose, maybe shifting forward and back, side to side, just finding that spot where you can release the most tension. Sometimes with the movement, we can find those areas that need some attention. You can either stay here, or if you'd like to take a quad stretch, bring your left hand closer to the middle of the mat, reaching the right hand up and over, grabbing your left toe or heel, and starting to gently bring the heel towards your glute. Feeling the stretch through the quad and then also in the hip flexor. Every exhale, releasing a little bit further. On your exhale, release the foot, bringing the right foot closer to center, stepping back into downward facing dog. Taking a breath here, and then coming forward into a plank position, taking a flow, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Just taking a breath before coming to the other side. Stepping the left foot to the outside of the left hand, again letting the left knee fall towards the side, toward the pinky toe side, and taking any of the variations that you took on the other side, maybe dropping the knee, maybe coming down onto the elbows, taking some movement or finding stillness. Just looking inward, seeing what feels best to your body, not pushing it, not doing anything that doesn't feel comfortable to you, but also finding that stretch, finding those areas of tension. And again, you can stay here if this pose is serving you, or if you want to take a quad stretch, bring the right hand closer to the middle of the mat and bring the left hand back towards the back of the mat, bending the right knee and grabbing the right toe, and slowly bringing heel towards the glute. On your next exhale, release the toe, stepping the foot back towards center, the left foot, and coming back into plank position and back into downward facing dog. Just releasing and if it serves you, taking a flow or staying in downward facing dog. Everyone now meeting in downward facing dog. And on your exhale, lowering the knees, coming into a hands and knees position, making sure the knees are about hip width distance apart, and beginning to shift your weight to the left side. Staying in the hands and knees position, you should feel the stretch through the left outer hip area. And just breathe into it. Coming back to center and going to the other side, now shifting to the right side, kind of leaning into the hip, you can think of it that way, and feeling that release in the outer hip. And coming back to center, stepping the hands toward the front of the mat and melting the chest down into puppy pose, either bringing the forehead to the mat or the chin. Bring the chin up will increase the stretch. Feeling this in the upper back and the shoulders. The other thing you want to be mindful of is keeping the hips over the knees. Now just release, coming back to the breath, coming back to the intention. You are exactly where you need to be. And that goes for poses too. You're exactly where you need to be in every pose. Doesn't matter if you're not very flexible. We're all on our own path. On your next exhale, releasing and coming back into child's pose. Coming to the end of our practice, our final pose. Just take a moment to again set your attention for the rest of the day and bring yourself to the present moment, focusing on the breath, just noticing it, not controlling it. You're exactly where you need to be. Take one more deep breath here in this child's pose. And on your exhale, slowly come up into a seated position on the mat. And again, bringing your hands to your heart like we began at the beginning of the practice. Just connect with the beat of the heart once more. Notice the rhythm, the rate. And notice your breath. Maybe notice the sounds around you, how your body feels now compared to the beginning of the practice. If you need to, you can take a pause throughout the day and do the same thing. And send yourself some gratitude for showing up on your mat today, taking some time to center yourself before beginning your day. Take one more breath with me. Inhale, arms reaching up towards the sky. Exhale, hands coming to heart. Namaste. And as always, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. See you next time.